Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Private Live with Lisa streaming event. I am so excited that you're here because this is a live stream. I am going to give you a couple minutes to kind of refresh your computer, get past the ad here on Facebook. I'm leaning over to my iPad. I'm not going anywhere. And I am just making sure that I am going to be able to see your comments because guess what? Tonight it's just me and you. There is no moderator, which means Gina is not here. It's just us. For those of you that are here watching the replay, maybe just give us about a minute, minute and a half to get settled so that everybody else can kind of log in and chat with us. I hope that you guys are here. I'm skipping past the ads. And if you can see and hear me, would you do me a favor? Leave a comment so that I can see that. I'll be looking through my bifocal things here. I'll tell you what, the older I get, the fancier the glasses I got to get. So it's good to see you. I'm glancing down at the iPad because it's a lot easier to read them down there than up there. Hi, Arlene. Hello, hello. Do we have any first timers with us tonight for Live with Lisa? As a reminder, this is a private event. And I know many of you are here repeatedly, but for those of you that are brand new, I'd like to give you a very special welcome and just thrilled that you are here with us. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you can see me with no problem and you can hear me. Good. I will tell you, you guys are in for a treat tonight. I'm hoping that when I turn the camera down, that you're going to get a little sneak peek at what's been going on here in the studio. Oh, I see a first timer. There's Diana. Hi, Diana. Thank you so much for your order. I'm so glad you're here with us. I'm reading. Oh, my blouse is pretty. Thank you very much. Connecticut looks and sounds great. Can see you with no problem. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. So again, as a reminder, this is a private event. Even though you're here on YouTube, it's not public, which is why you were sent that very special link. Please do not share that link or this video with anyone. It is part of my rewards program, and I can see when you do. So please don't do that. It stays exclusive if you keep it exclusive. So that's really, really important to me. Two things that you need to know about tonight. First of all, this is very informal. I'm going to speak to you as if you were right here with me here in the studio. That is exactly what this event is intended to be. It is not going to be all polished and fancy or as short as when we do typical public YouTube live events. This is very special. I want this to be just you and I. Okay. Second of all, I want to make sure that you know that when tonight's live stream is over, that's the key word, when it's over, I'm going to come back and underneath the title to this video, I am going to put in the video description 2 links, and they're going to go to 2 sets of tutorials, each having 4 projects in them. I'm going to demonstrate one from each of those sets for you tonight. And of course, I'm going to show you all the 8 cards that are going to be in that tutorial. Listen, I know you're probably never going to like everything that I make, although I try, but please know that I hope that you'll glean layout ideas and color combinations of maybe things you haven't thought of. And maybe I'm just planting a little seed to try a new stamp set. Tonight's projects are really going to be a little bit more simplified, but I think you're going to love the twist that I add to some of those. So I'm really excited to share those projects with you. Also, please keep in mind that we are going to do prize patrol tonight. It doesn't matter if you're watching or not, whether you are live or you are replaying or not here at all. Your name, if you qualified and you got the link, is included in tonight's prize drawing. So let me explain to you how that works. We take all those names and we put them into a Google application called randomlistpicker.org. And it chooses the random winners, and all the prizes are there packaged up and ready to go because I want to be able to get right over to my mail meter when tonight's live is over and get your name on that envelope to send out the prizes in tomorrow's mail. They are packaged, but I will tell you what's in them so that you'll be able to enjoy those. Please remember that Prize Patrol is a prize, it's a gift. It cannot be exchanged and it cannot be returned. If you don't like it or you don't want it, my feelings are not hurt. Pay it forward. Send it to a crafty friend, donate it to a worthwhile cause, but do me a favor, just accept it, and I hope that you'll enjoy it one way or the other, whether you keep it or decide to gift it. I think that's it for the formalities. I'm going to keep checking my iPad from one time to another. Arlene, you're very sweet. Thank you. I try not to ever give you guys something I don't think that you're going to like, but if you don't, keep in mind you can always pay it forward. That's really important to me. So let's start off tonight with Prize Patrol. I do have 12 prizes to give away. And even though randomlistpicker.org chose those random names, of course, I had to type them on a piece of paper and chop them up. but I don't know what prize you're going to get if your name is called. So I hope that you'll enjoy it. All right. This is the handy dandy prize tin, Diana, because I know that you're new. I don't know if anybody else is new with us. It's not pretty, but it's very functional. So all the names are in there, giving it a good shake. If you hear any screeching, it's because it's on this granite countertop in here, and I'll try my best not to move it, okay? So let's pull out the first prize. And this is a stamp set that I think is absolutely overlooked, and it's called Count on Me. And what's really odd about this is I packaged these yesterday, knowing today was the event. Stampin' Up! Featured this stamp set today on their Facebook page at Stampin' Up! Oh, you are going to love this. It's really lots of fun. So I'm mixing up the names. I'm not looking. And the winner is Charlene. Now, I'm going to do my very best not to say those last names because I butcher them. It doesn't mean I don't love you. It means I'm not good at pronunciation. All right. So, Charlene, congratulations. You are a winner. All right. Someone's already commented on my hair, Delina. Okay. So, let me just tell you a Curcio trait. We don't need haircuts. We need hair mowers in this family. Our hair grows so fast. And I was letting it grow a little bit, and then it wouldn't do anything. It was all falling in my face. And I finally said yesterday, you need to take a good inch off. That's all she took. So I know it looks shorter, right? I know, but I hope you like it. All right, so let's do another one. This one is a combination. It has the Give It a Whirl dies. Spoiler alert, don't miss Monday's YouTube live event. Dottie Hart's duo embossing folders and a package of rhinestones. Oh, it looks great. Oh, you guys are sweet. Thank you. And this one is going to Elaine Prowse. Now, that name I can say. Congratulations to you, Elaine. You are a winner. She is usually here with us, but I haven't seen her yet. But she could have came on right before I started the live stream, and I missed her. So congratulations to her. I'm going to do one more right now, and then we're going to do some stamping. This one is also a stamp set. This is a host exclusive stamp set, which means you could have only selected this if you had a $150 product order or more. I'm going to tell you a little spoiler alert too about host stamp sets. If you don't like it, you might want to hang on to it because when it retires, it goes for wild money on eBay. Okay, here we go. This is the Prince and Princess stamp set. And this one is going to, I'm mixing the names up, okay? It is going to Terry Smith. There's another name I can say. Congratulations to you, Terry. You are a winner. I see Annette saying hello to Gina. Gina's not here tonight. You're stuck with me all by yourself. Gina does not moderate Live with Lisa. I try to keep this as personal as possible, so there is no moderation tonight. You're stuck with just me. So she gets a night off. But she'll be back on Monday for the live stream that's public here on YouTube. All right, I'm taking that screechy thing and I'm putting it all off to the side with my Scotch tape. I put your names on the package so they'll make sure they get to the right person. Congratulations to our first 3 winners. I am super excited to stamp with you tonight. Are you guys ready? Okay, so before I turn the camera down, I'm kind of hoping that you're going to be able to see this. But if not, I want you to know what's coming your way. Those of you that were with me, I think last month, you might recall me telling you that, Bob the Builder now is retired. And I think he's starting to settle in since March. And he's decided, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. And we call him Bob the Builder for a reason, because the man can build and orchestrate anything. He's an electronics technician by trade, also has a degree in IT, which can be very dangerous. So anything that you see that looks kind of fancy here is not because of Lisa. And all of a sudden, my nose started to run because it started to rain here in Florida. And I don't want to be wiping it with my finger. So there we go. Told you I was going to treat you like you were here with me. So he has taken this entire wall that is in front of me, and it looks like I'm going to do the 6 o'clock news at any moment. Coming your way are going to be dual cameras. So there is one facing me, and there will be one facing down. There is a huge monitor over here and a laptop. And we're going to be using software that's going to be able to give you no turning the cameras. I know. It's going to be fancy schmancy. The other thing is we can put the all the flyers, all the host codes, other things up on the screen to make it a little bit more of an enjoyable experience. I'm going to tell you, I haven't learned it yet. Tomorrow, I am actually going to record on it with Gina. That's another spoiler alert. We have a duo video coming your way, mid to late July that we are filming tomorrow. Mission Control Center. Oh my gosh, no kidding. I have to tell you, it's overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. And I keep saying to him, please tell me that I'm going to be able to do this. And he was like, you can, you can. The cameras are on booms. So if you've ever seen like the film or like videos or that of a news station, and there's those big arms and the cameras are on like lifts. Yeah, I got two of those. And I'm looking at this with the microphone going, how in the world am I going to do all this? I just want to make pretty cards. And he's like, don't worry, it's easy. I'll teach you. I'm like, uh-huh. Okay. So my plan is to debut it live with my team around July 15th, which means we will probably go live with it on YouTube probably shortly thereafter. And then, of course, that means July's Live with Lisa will be using all that new stuff. I'm just going to ask for your grace and mercy along the way. Okay. I am going to try to show this to you. I don't know if my iPhone is going to pivot enough, but all right. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Instead of turning you down, I'm going to leave you up. All right, look. Oh, I'm hoping you can see it. Okay, you can see part of the boom. Oh, there's these big old arms. Okay, there's a laptop. There's all kinds of stuff up here. Okay, I'm making you dizzy. So let me just flip the camera around. All right, but it's stressful. I'm not going to lie to you, it's stressful. And why does my lens look all yucky, doesn't it? Hold on one second. Maybe it's dirty. It does. It looks really blurry. Hold on a second, friends. I might have to actually fix that. I have been struggling with really dry skin from all the hand sanitizers. Have you guys been doing that too? And I've been trying to keep more lotion on it, but if I touch my phone, it gets on the lens. All right, so let me take a look. I'm just going to let this settle in to see. Can you see me any better? Does it look nice and clear? Is it crisp? All right, yeah, that looks better. Okay, it's focused now. Yay. Okay, ready to get started. I am. I have grabbed a piece of white cardstock here. Let me pull that out. And right before you joined me, I decided to add a little pizzazz to this. Let me just zoom you in just a little bit closer. This is another thing I'm looking forward to with this new software is it'll actually look on the screen like it looks to you. It doesn't do that with my iPhone. It looks further away than it really is. So white cardstock, nothing fancy, but I wanted some texture. So I broke out the Stitched with Whimsy dies. Now, I don't know if you've purchased these or not, but I'm going to tell you what, I think it's a hidden gem in the die section. Now, when you first look at these, you might think that it actually die cuts the entire frame. It doesn't. It actually die cuts that stitching into the cardstock. Now, just before you joined me, I went ahead and I did that just to save room here with the die cutting machine. And that left me with this. And I'm going to tell you what, it is super duper cool. Isn't it? Look at that. That stitching is very whimsical around the outside, which means if you have simple stamping in here, it's going to kind of add a little pizzazz and movement to this. I am really, really liking this. Now, some of you are telling me that you're buffering and you're having trouble watching. I see, Carol, I see your comment. Go out and come back in. That would be your Wi-Fi connection because I'm watching it on my iPad and I can see that it's very clear. All right, let's add some tones to the background here. And I'm going to protect my work surface with a piece of the small grid papers. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my blending brush. I'm going to start with this one, which is designated for my blues. Now, you are probably looking at this going, where did you get these? I don't have this in my craft room favorites because it's an Etsy product. I found these on Etsy and they're called blending brush markers, I think is what they're called. And they snap right here. Washi tape and cardstock wasn't holding up for me because of my arthritic hands. I have to actually hold it this way than this way. It's a lot easier for me. Plus, I have more control. But I like that I can snap them on there and I can designate my brushes for certain color tones because I don't watch them. I don't wash them. Let's put it that way. Let's start with some balmy blue ink. Now, if you're wondering, how do you not wash them and not get them all mixed up? Well, I'm going to use this for light blues. I have another one for stronger, darker blues like Night of Navy. What I do is I just make sure before I put it away that I get all the ink off the bristles. Now remember, these are very, very dense, really pretty soft bristles. So the ink primarily is going to lay at the top. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load my brush with some color. And I always take that precaution of rubbing some of that ink off because I want to make sure it doesn't come on here too dark. And I'm going to work right here across the upper portion of this, and we're going to give this a little bit of a background. So a little bit of blue here. Now, how light or how dark you make it is completely up to you. No right or wrong way. All right, I'm just going to kind of keep it light, I think. And I'm trying to stay within the perimeters of that stitching. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and close this up, and I am going to switch over now to crumb cake. Uh-oh, Gretchen or Sue says, somehow I lost this comment on the side of the demo. They are now below and I can't see them. Sue, go out and come back in. I know it says Gretchen, but I know we call her Sue, you guys. Oh, you love the brushes, Cheryl. I know, mine too. I love these. And then I have one here that is for the crumb cake, and that's got a little brown thing. Some of you are looking like, did you put purple on that? Nope. You'd be amazed at the colors that are in crumb cake to make that formulation. And this is going to go here at the bottom. So I'm kind of creating a little sky and a little ground. Nothing fancy. This is a little bit lighter of a color. So I'm going to add a little bit more color here, just so we have a little bit of density. That's good. So a little bit of a separation between them. That's fine. All right. No problem that you're here late. We are so glad that you were here with us. Thank you. Thank you for joining. All right. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of stamping here because I have this piece out. I'm going to pull in that Memento black ink pad. And I'm going to take that cover off. And I've got a small little image here. I got to find it. Hold on. And it looks like grass. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that up. Nothing fancy. I'm going to put one of them here. And let's do here and maybe here. Okay, so they're a little bit offset. You'll see me stamp off that excess ink here on my grid paper. That keeps my Stampin' Scrub or your chamois a lot cleaner. And I find it reduces my trips to kind of like empty that out of that dirty water. So I like to be able to stay here and stamp and not move. So I'm going to move that off to the side for just a moment. And I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of cardstock, which I have here. We're going to do a little bit of stamping on here to do some designing. And I'm going to go back to that Memento black ink pad. I close them up as habit because boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, I make a mess every time. How many of you have fallen in love with this turtle? Oh my goodness gracious. It is so stinking cute. And I think you're going to really enjoy all the cards I have to share with you tonight. Remember, I'm demonstrating one for a total of 4 different cards. And I'm going to go ahead and ink those up. I see Bronwyn asking, I didn't realize these dies just cut into the paper. That's why I love the events. You give you all the lowdown. You are very welcome. So I'm going to stamp my turtle here. All right, so we've got one, but I couldn't resist because you know what? There's lots of turtles in the stamp set. Let me show you. In addition to this big one, you've got these 2 little ones, and do you see how they're facing in both directions? Okay, keep that in mind when I show you the other cards. The other reason I love this, because if you're a fan of coloring, guess what? You can just color them in. And if you're not, then here comes the next step. So let me go ahead and let's just cover up that ink pad. I don't leave an open ink pad around here. Oh, good. Annette loves the turtles. Me too. Aren't they cute? And I am going to grab my polished pink. And I'm going to grab my garden green ink pad. So I'm working with my 2 colors. There is an image here for the shell that fits inside of here. Now I'm going to try my best not to get my head in your camera and to get this even. Oh my gosh. This is another thing I think I'm going to like about the new setup. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm doing my best to keep it even. Let me see. Oh, I get a B. That's not perfect, but you get the idea. And then I'm going to switch over to the little tiny tortoise fill. And let's go ahead and let's put this one inside here. Okay. So I know you're probably thinking, ew, I know, hang with me, hang with me. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little tiny bow that's inside that stamp set, and we are going to ink this up, and I'm going to put that over here. You guys with me so far? Okay. Ginger saying we had a box turtle in our yard when I was growing up, and one time we counted 25 and fed them canned dog food. You're kidding me. Well, guess what? I live surrounded by a forest preserve, and that's just been about 11 months now, so I'm learning here. One thing I'm having to learn too about is the wildlife. And I went out for a bike ride about 2 weeks ago, and there was this enormous, and I'm talking like serving platter size soft shell turtle on my sidewalk right at the edge of my driveway. And I freaked because I thought it was a snapping turtle, but it wasn't. But I was like, oh, how cool is that? As long as they don't hurt me, I'm good. All right. This little image is going to be important, and this one's going to be important too. But let's talk about this one. And you're going to forgive the fact that I didn't stamp it perfectly because at my age, my head needs to be really close to the paper. Let's talk about coloring. I decided I wanted to bring in the Mint Macaron Stampin' Blends markers. But oftentimes, when you have this dye-based ink here and your markers are new, the alcohol content consistency is very, very strong. And you're going to want to make sure that this is dry because if you get too zealous, these can get a little messy, all right? I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer and I'm going to give you some tips about coloring around dye-based areas. So I'm going to use the light mint macaron first, and I love to use that thicker tip. I am just going to try to avoid some of the areas. I'm not going to not touch it at all. And again, look how off-centered that is. I'm feeling a little self-conscious right now. Okay. It's all right. We all make mistakes, right? All right. So you get it. All right. Then we got our little legs. All right. Now you need to make sure when you use the Stampin' Blends markers that you allow that first coat of alcohol ink or that alcohol marker to evaporate. If you don't and you go right over it with the darker shade to do some blending, you're going to have a hot mess, especially with new blends. So I've chatted a little bit. That's going to help. And I'm going to add color on just one side. Now I know that I want to stretch this a little bit further down the way so that it looks like there's some blending. Now keep in mind when you have a stamped base like this, there's not going to be a whole lot of area to do shading, but down here I can. So I'm just going to pick one side and I'm going to add some dark all the way down to here and around that toe. Again, just like we did before, I'm going to let that alcohol dissipate. Thank you, Hazel. It's not a mistake. I always say, you know what? There's not a mistake. It's an opportunity to be creative, right? I'm going to come back to the light. Now, I'm not going to swipe over the whole thing because I'm sparing that dye-based area. And I'm just going to pull what I have separated between the dark and the light and just do my best to create some blending there. Down here, you're going to be able to see a little bit better. I'm taking the dark into the light. So I'm pulling that dark forward. You don't have to come all the way to the end, but the magic with these markers is waiting for this to process. Do you see how it's starting to evaporate and it's looking more shaded? Where this side is darker, this side is lighter. Thank you, Beth. The stamp set is Turtle Friends. Thank you, thank you. If you may have missed that or I may have accidentally not did a very good job of saying the name, I apologize. So that's a little bit about the coloring that I did. I am not going to bore you with that. I did do that ahead of time, but I want to show you this. This is the coordinating turtle punch. Newsflash, I think it's on back order right now. Please keep in mind that punches are not made in the United States, as much as we would all love that. They are made overseas. There are raw material shortages right now because of the pandemic, and there are shipping delays, which means we got to wait for this stuff that comes overseas a little bit longer. I'm going to use it upside down, and I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to slide it in. The one reason I love punches is they are quick and easy. I don't know if you knew this or not, but if you lightly squeeze the punch, it locks the cardstock in place. And that's going to ensure that frame that you have around your image. It gives you a little chance to kind of wiggle it left and wiggle it right, and then we're going to punch. I love the punches for that reason. Actually, when I do my Christmas cards, I do oodles and oodles of them, and I do them with punches. So there we go. We've got that turtle, and we have this turtle. Okay, do you guys see these? So I've got my little girl and my little boy. And yes, I cut out that little bow because there's no punch for this or for this, but it wasn't difficult. I know some of you are thinking, ew, nope, it wasn't hard at all. Hang tight. But we're going to do a little bit of assembly now. So I'm going to go ahead and slide these over. I'm going to bring in my beloved silicone craft sheet. I love this thing, and I think that some of you do as well. I have about 3 or 4 of them. Love it. And this is my other beloved tool is my take your pick tool. Look, I think I'm out of putty. That's always a disaster, but I got more, don't worry. So I've got that little piece so I can pick it up, and I'm going to take this large turtle right here. Now, those of you that like liquid glue, you just go for it. You know I hate the stuff. So I'm going to take my glue dot with my take your pick tool. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller, and I'm going to put that right here on top of her head. And I'm going to place that right on top of there. You know, when you ball up the glue dot, it actually turns almost into a microscopic dimensional. There leaves a little dimension there. I'm going to show you that. A lot of people ask me, well, why does it look like you have a dimensional on it? And you don't, because that's the glue dot. I just balled it up. Glue dots are really, really strong. All right, so let's take these 2 pieces, and you can see that I've colored them before you join me. Oh, you all love that silicone craft sheet. Yep, I knew it. All right, so let's come back over here now, and I'm going to do the card base. Let me move you out just a little bit. And don't you love this color? Polished pink. It is a brand new in color this year. I did score it before you joined me. I'm going to go over it with my bone folder for that nice crisp edge. And do you recall this? Okay, so we're going to add some adhesive to this. And again, I'm going to use my silicone craft sheet because I'm going to tell you right now, I happen to get really zealous with my adhesives sometimes, and it can be messy. When you go to place adhesive on the back side, I want you to avoid the areas where there are stitching. So if you're using liquid glue, I want you to be very, very careful that you don't get too zealous because what's going to happen is it's going to bleed through there, and unless your glue dries perfectly clear, it's going to be really noticeable. Ask me how I know. Now with the Stamp and Seal Plus, which is what I like to use, it has little tabs. And those tabs work really well because it allows me to get near the edges. And it's super easy that if I've gone a little bit too far, is to curl them over. And this is fantastic for those little tiny pieces of paper or little narrow areas. So now what we're going to do is we're going to center this here on the front of that card base, looking to leave that margin all the way around. All right, and do you remember our little turtles? Okay, so let's go ahead and let's take this one, and I'm going to flip that over, and I'm going to add my dimensionals to the back side. So I'm going to do here, here, and you guys know I'm not chintzy with the dimensionals. There's nothing worse than making your handmade card, and it comes out on the other side all kitty wonkus because you didn't balance it well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place those here. I'm going to use that tool to take off those paper backings. This thing saves my arthritic hands like you can't imagine, especially those little tiny ones. Just give them a little stab and a poke. Takes a little practice, but it's worth it. And then I'm going to come back to here, and I'm going to add her. I'm going to say, let's put her right about here. Oh my gosh, is this not adorable? Okay, remember this one? All right, we're going to turn this one upside down. And remember, look how little she is. So I'm going to go ahead and take my mini dimensionals for this. I love that Stampin' Up! Thinks of everything. They size their images to fit their products, which I think personally is brilliant. So I'm going to avoid those legs because those are pretty small, and you're all watching me, and I'm not going to cut up those mini dimensionals. You'll probably think I'm crazy, but I do that. I do. Stinking cute. I'm so glad you like this. Okay, Barbara said her husband stole her sheet and had to purchase another one. I'm assuming she means the silicone craft sheet. Oh my gosh, that's too cute. And I'm going to put this one, should we put this one a little lower, a little higher? It's going to hide my grass a little. That's okay. Let's put this one here. We're not done. We're going to come back over to that Memento Black ink pad, and I cut myself a little tiny piece of matching cardstock here. This stamp set also includes various greetings, and I could not help this one. You'll see it in just a second. So let's ink that up. Keep your head out of the camera, Lisa, and we're going to stamp that here. Look it, will you please? Is this not just stinking adorable? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip that over, and we're going to add some dimensionals. Again, balance these if you're going to use dimensionals because you don't want it to be all lopsided. You know, like I think most of you know, my mom is a recipient of a lot of my cards. And she says to me, you know, when you don't add enough of those puffy things, when your card comes, it's got like this scoop in those areas. I'm like, you're kidding. Let's add some visual interest, and let's go ahead and place that up here. I'm going to leave a little bit of white cardstock showing just to make that happy. And you know, it's not done unless you got bling. So here we go. I love, love, love these gems. Let me put a plug in for these gems. These are the genial gems. I know you're probably thinking, I probably would never use those, that green and that peach. But I have to tell you, I have found that this matches so many things in the annual catalog. It's crazy. And because they have glitter backing and they're a bit iridescent, they coordinate with lots of different colors. So I'm going to start with one of these larger ones. Let's take this big one here. I'm going to place that one here near the back of the turtle. When you're using your embellishments like this, I had to think and craft at the same time. Sometimes that's challenging. I want you to think triangle pattern because it gravitates the eye. Now, I was going to put that there originally. My husband was like, oh, don't do that. That's not good. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll move it up. So there we go. Isn't this so cute? And just think you could change the colors and make it for boy, but even better yet, you can use the stamp set for anything. I purposely reached outside the box because intuitively we can look at this and go, oh, birthday. But you don't necessarily think baby, do you? And you're going to definitely want to add these to your wish list. The Stitched with Whimsy dies, they add an awful lot to your card bases without having to do any fussy die cutting an actual image, which leaves the other images you're going to add pop up, really add some texture. Free shipping today. You've got until 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time, so take advantage of that. Now let me pull in the other cards that I made using this exact same stamp set. This is going to be in your PDF tutorial. Remember, when the live stream is over, I'm coming back here underneath the title and I am going to link those projects. So let me scoot you out just a little bit further. Okay, so we have our first one. All right, here's our next one. I know, isn't this adorable? So this is a little vellum die cut circle. I added the party hat that's part of the stamp set. This is all from the same stamp set. You might be looking at that background thinking, what did you do? And that's actually part of the new decorative masks, which are stencils. And I use those exact same blending brushes, super duper easy. That's all part of the tutorial. The great thing about your PDF tutorials that I provide for you is there are step-by-step instructions, multiple pictures for each of these cards, cutting dimensions and all the supplies. I make it really, really easy for you. So there's two there. And then this one is just a small square card because I wanted to use that bird that was in that stamp set. I thought, why is there a bird in this stamp set? And I was like, well, I don't know. Let's use it. How cute is that? But you see how I took the streamers and I decided I didn't want them as streamers. I wanted to make a little faux balloon string. So I just inked up that with just the marker and I added that little tiny heart that is part of this collage here. You know, one thing about photopolymer that's wonderful is you can see where you're going. So you can ink up just part of an image very, very easily, which is how I got that heart. This is from that wonderful die set, and I added the flowers from there too. You're all going to ask me, what die set is that? Hold on, I wrote it down. I am not kidding you when I tell you I've probably made 100 cards in the last week. Hold on, I got to look. I'm cheating at my little notes. I keep little notes on everything. That is from, all right, Lisa. It is coming from the peach dies. Yeah, that's where that came. I knew I was going to say peach and I didn't want to be wrong and then embarrass myself. These are in the peach dies. So if you got the peach dies, that little branch and those flowers are in there. Don't forget to mix and match. And then here's your last one. Look at it. I took those two turtles. They come in opposite directions. I just mimicked the color combinations. So the fresh freesia and of course the mint, and then just swap the colors of the shells. This was done exactly like I showed you, but with a lot more intensity. And if you look very, very closely, do you see the white speckles that are inside of there? Let me talk you through this. Once you have the color laid down on your cardstock, I want you to take a watercolor brush. Now, in my case, I like to use these. These are my aqua painter or aqua water blending brushes. Now, they changed the name on me after all these years. And what I do is I just make sure I got a good chunk of water coming out so that the bristles are wet. You can even dip it in a cup. And then I splatter on that dye-based ink. Now, you may panic at first thinking, oh my gosh, my paper's starting to buckle a little bit where there's water. Don't panic. As it dries, it's going to leave a resist from the dye-based ink and the water because they don't interact. That leaves you a real fun speckled background, really easy. Those are those genial gems again. I'm telling you, you need them. And then these are the in color gems. So I picked up a little bit of different colors there just to add a little bit of texture to these. Okay, which one is your favorites? My feelings are not hurt if you don't like them, but I'm hoping you're going to glean color combination or layout to use with your other stamps. Now, while you're typing your comments, I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to do some more prize patrol. Here we go. Now, see, you won't be seeing the palm of my hand much longer when Bob the Builder is done in here. I look at all these booms and I'm thinking, oh, Lisa, we're going to be learning a little bit. Let me fix you. You're crooked. This is another thing we don't have to contend with when we're on YouTube Live because I only do one project and we don't have to do so much flipping. All right, okay, the bird. You're kidding me. I thought you guys would hate that one. All right, the bird is adorable. The bird, the belated birthday is the cutest. Love the last one in the layout color combo. The polished pink. Look at this. You guys are all picking something different. That's my intent. My intent is to try to provide you with so many different ideas that it's going to appeal to a wide range of audiences. In addition to that, I want to teach you color and layout that you may not have thought of. So yay, that's all awesome. I cannot believe you guys like that bird. I am so shocked. I thought for myself, you're going to hate this. But you know what? Sometimes those little extra small accessory images in a stamp set are so overlooked, aren't they? And I thought, we can use this. This is just a really cute, simple card, right? All right, let's do some more prize patrol. Here we go. We got your name in here. As a reminder for those of you that are joining us late, I love you, but prize patrols cannot be returned or exchanged. They are a gift to you. If you don't like what you receive or you already have it, please do me a favor and pay it forward to a crafting friend or donate it to a worthwhile charity or cause. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's a nice big envelope. Inside here, I have the Stitched Stars dies. I also have the Wintry 3D embossing folder duo and a package of red rhinestones. Whoever gets this is ready for Christmas, man. I'm telling you. All your cards are beautiful. You are way sweet. Thank you, Sheila. The winner is Lori Sweet. That's a name I can say. Congratulations to you, Lori. You are a winner. How exciting. Got to find my Scotch tape so we can tape Lori's name to her prize. And then Bob the Builder and I head over to the postage machine when we are done tonight. I'm putting that in my little cart there, so we're all ready to go. All right. Is Lori here? I love it when someone's here and they actually win. It's even more fun. All right, next one. This is a stamp set I think is overlooked as well. I'm just going to tell you right now, a little spoiler alert, keep your eyes peeled out for this because I'm going to be using it. It's called Pirates and Mermaids. It's adorable. And you want to know why? Because it's something fresh. It's something different that we all don't have. We got butterflies, we got flowers, right? You don't probably have pirates and mermaids, and it's super cute and it's easy to color. Let's see who this one is going to. I'm mixing you guys up. I'll make sure I got just one. I do. And this one is going to Melissa Little. Hey, I'm super excited. I'm giving easy last names. Melissa, you are a winner of the Pirates and the Mermaids. I hope that you're going to enjoy this adorable stamp set. All right, one more for right now. We got more. There's more in there. This is a combination of things. This is the Tailored Meg Tags Dies. Squeal. Love it. How many of you watched the live that I did on Monday with the Twist and Pop card? And on the front of that card, I used those tag dies to house that little baby onesie. So that's what's in here. I also included the Evergreen embossing folder. That's a 3D folder. And I have a package of the 2020-23 in color square gems. That's all inside of here. And this is going to, all right, hold on. Diane, you are a winner. Now, if I was really good, I would say Kaneki. Oh, I'm going to mess it up. Okay, I'm done. Diane, you are a winner. I am super excited for you. Like I said, I was never good with phonetic last names. I can see other words, just not last names. Excited for our winners. Congratulations to all you so far. We got more people locking you up, putting you over here. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. I am going to rotate the camera down again, and I'm going to have to clean up this mess and bring in all the new stuff. So it's not real pretty, but it's real, right? All right, so let me do that now. Here we go. And I won't have to do that anymore. Isn't that going to be exciting? I can just hit a button and it's going to be poof, it's going to be there. Kind of excited about that. Nervous and excited at the same time because, you know, new things are always exciting, but there's always a little bit of intrepidation that goes with it. All right, so let me move that one out of the way. Let me bring this one in. Oh, we got lots of fun stuff to do tonight. I'm super excited. All right, let me take these ink pads that we just used and let's throw that in that hot mess. If you guys could see the mess I make, when you are all done with me, I spend an hour in here cleaning all this up, putting everything away, but I don't care because I love it. All right, we're going to throw that in there and hope they don't all stick together. And then let me bring out the new stamps. No, I'm not going to let you see them. That's half the fun, right? We got a bunch of them. Here we go. And I got to get my little packet of supplies. See, this is all the stuff you don't see behind the scenes when people are filming videos or when we're live and we have it all prepped. Let me tell you, there is a real science to trying to be organized these days. All right, so let me move that off to the side. And I got a whole bunch of little pieces here. Hold on a second. I know some of you are going, little pieces. No, not little pieces. It's not hard, I promise. And my new ink pads. All right, I think I'm ready. This is a very specific piece of thick white cardstock, okay? I am going to stamp a whole image onto here, kind of making a little collage, a little arrangement. I'm going to do all my stamping with the Memento ink, which gives you a good indication that I'm going to add some Stampin' Blends markers in here somewhere. But I think you're going to be interested to see where. All right, I'm checking your comments really quick. Okay, good. You guys are being really patient. Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and remove that. A science I am no good at, cursory to all organized stampers. Oh, yeah, I'm uber organized. I am going to start backwards. So I'm taking my greeting and I'm going to ink that up. And I'm going to let you see it as soon as I stamp it, because then that's going to totally give away what I'm using. Remember, I love to demonstrate what you might not think about. So here we go. We're going to start with this. and I'm hoping it's straight. It says, you more than measure up. Okay, have you got it yet? Anybody know? Okay, check out this. Oh, look at that. My photopolymer went south. I was in a hurry when I mounted this. Hold on, let's fix this. If you've ever had photopolymer and it's new and it's super duper sticky and you've got an outline image, sometimes it wants to stick to itself. So what I like to do is put it on my work surface and then I'm going to hold it this way. It'll be easier for my hand. And then do this. That's going to make sure all your pieces are nice and straight. I love photopolymer. In a perfect world, everything would be photopolymer because at my age, I can't see where things are going. And it's so much easier when it's photopolymer. And this is going to get stamped above here. So I'm leaving just a little bit of room. Can someone tell me if I'm straight? There we go. All right. Isn't this adorable? Oh my gosh. I'm loving this. So cute. I've got to get more mist there on my scrub. It's dry. Big spray bottle, nothing fancy. I add a little bit of Stampin' Mist and all the rest water. No reason to use it straight. That stuff is super duper strong. That'll save you a ton of money. A lot of people use a chamois and just straight water. That's fine. With as much stamping as I do, and I mean, it gets messy in here, I have to use Stampin' Mist. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up this little cupcake image. Okay, have you guys decided where I got this stamp set from? Have any of you figured it out? Again, photopolymer. Lisa's head, don't get in the camera. Here we go. Not bad. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to close up this and we're going to move over to some color. So I have got crushed curry and I have fresh freesia. That's such a fun word to say, freesia. Probably just off your camera. All right, let me read what you're saying. Oh, Cindy likes red rubber better. I just feel that they get a crisper image with red rubber. You know what? I've had people tell me that. And I love that we have people that love all different things. Often last names are spelled the same as they're pronounced differently. Backgrounds for the family, don't worry. Oh, okay. Thanks, Paula. Is that a scale? It is a scale. Okay, so are you ready? It's not the cooking set, but it's close. Are you ready? Because you have not seen this. You guys have not paid attention to this. Measure of love. I know. Some of you were thinking it's what's cooking. It's measure of love. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a straight stamp set. There's no dies. Easy peasy. Wait till you and see the rest of these cards. This is one of those stamp sets I could have kept going and going and going. You know, I looked at it and I thought, well, what else can you make? Oh, just wait. You're going to be surprised. The great thing about this set is that there's little solid images here that fill the cupcakes. Okay. If you don't want to fill the cupcakes, you can have a heyday coloring. We're going to do a little bit of that. So I'm going to take the fresh freesia here in the cupcake bottom. I'm trying not to get, oh, I see a hair on there. Do you guys ever have that happen when you stamp and you're like, ooh, something's on my clear block? That's the nice thing about polymers, you can see. And I'm going to stamp that one here. I'm going to skip that center row and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do one more here. That's the nice thing about photopolymer. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the crushed curry. So I've just cleaned this. Remember too, photopolymer will tend to be dyed from the pigmentation of your ink. That does not in any way, shape, or form. Oh, look at that. Nice job, Lisa. This happens when you stamp and color at the same time and talk. It won't hurt your stamp. It just adds some pigmentation to it. As long as you clean it before you put it away, it's fine because you can see that some of that freesia color pigmentation is here. All right, this looks good. But you know what? There's one more image in the stamp set I think that people don't notice, and it's this little dial for the scale. So I decided to do that in the crushed curry. And I don't know, how heavy should we make these little guys? Let's make them right about there. There we go. So you can make that dial point any which way that you want. Now, before you joined me, I did a little bit of coloring. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but again, I want to talk you through it because I think you're going to look at it when I'm done. You're going to say, how did you do that on such a big area? All right, so Bronwyn said something really funny. Is this to scale? Oh, very cute, Bronwyn. I love your sense of humor. Smoky slate. Again, you can keep your scale white if you wanted to, or you can use a fun color. I'm using the lightest color first. I am not going to do the whole thing. Let's work on the tray because I think that's going to give you a really good area for you to kind of soak up what I'm going to be doing here. You're going to stroke these on the light color just like you would any other dye-based marker. Remember, alcohol markers have a tendency to bleed a little bit, so you don't have to go all the way to the edge. Give it a few seconds to kind of be absorbed. Let that evaporate once again. Sorry, Lisa can't spell kudos to you. Oh, Hazel, don't you worry. Now I'm going to bring you in one more time. On large areas like this, my secret to you is to do exactly what you do here. Here's the dark. I'm going to pretend the light's coming this way. So I'm just going to pick one side. Doesn't matter which side, just pick a side. I like to make it shallower at the top. Ugh, and I'm going to move it all the way over to the bottom. So when we go to blend this, it's going to look like there's going to be some density to it. I did the same thing here. I worked from here to here, here to here. Don't try to do 1, 1, 1, 1 because it's going to look weird when you go to blend it. Now I've got one that's finished, but this is evaporating and we're going to come back to the light. Remember, I'm starting my light marker here on the dark side and I'm pulling this. Now remember, it's going to be wet, so it's not going to look like much unless you give it some time. Do you also notice how I avoided coming all the way to the end? There's no reason to kind of pull it all the way because you're looking for light and dark shades. Do you also see how I got a little boo-boo there? All right. Do you know what the color lifter is for? I love this thing. It's a colorless marker that will actually lift color, but it also moves color. So I'm going to turn this, make this easy for my hand. It's a little bit right here. I'm working outside of it because remember, it's alcohol and it's going to push the color. That spot will look wet for a few seconds, and as it dissipates, it's actually going to remove that color. Works fantastic when you are working with lighter shades. Very pigmented colors, it will reduce it, but it never fixes it. If ever you don't like the way it looks, once it's cleaned off and evaporated, go ahead and add some more. You can't get this wrong. That's what I love about these alcohol-based markers. Love, love, love that. All right, here we are. I didn't put the greeting on this one. I realized that right before you joined me, and I thought, oh, well, you get to watch me stamp it twice. How fun is that, right? Do you notice, too, that those cupcakes are a little bit shimmery? So I added some Wink of Stella to those. Now, let me give you a tip about the Wink of Stella brush if you don't already have it. I love it because I no longer have to fuss with glue and glitter. Number one, make sure you give it a really good shake before you use it. Shake the dickens out of it. I also want to make sure that you know there's a little black spacer in here that has to be pulled off once you get the pen for the very first time. And you will need to prime the pen the first time. There's the word push. And that's just going to bring that shimmer paint right down into the bristles. And then all you have to do is just kind of go over this. And it dries fast because it has an alcohol base. Here's what I like too. If you want even more shimmer, do a second coat because can a girl ever have too much shimmer? Nope, she can't. All right, so let's push this off to the side. And that in itself is really cute. But I was like, what can we do to the background of a card to really spruce up those colors? So this is what we're going to do. And this is a fantastic tip for you because it's a great way for you to use up those small pieces of cardstock and designer series papers. All right, so I'm going to get my little panels all separated here and ready to go. These are 1/2-inch strips. I'm going to recommend that you cut them longer than what you need. Now I'm going to add adhesive. Those of you that like liquid glue, knock your socks off. I have better luck going horizontally, and I'm going to start here at the very tippy top. Do you see another reason why I like a little bit longer? Is because it gives me something to hold on to, and I'm going to try to make that as straight as possible. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move over to another color. This is the freesia, and this is the beauty of Stampin' Up! Products is all that color coordination. So you don't have to worry about stuff not matching. And I'm going to do the exact same thing, and now I'm going to work upside down, and I'm doing my best to butt these pieces right up against each other. I want this to be as even as possible. And then I have a piece of white. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be layering. Oh, see my blend, my adhesive is super strong, and Lisa was trying to go too fast. Let me tell you what, if you go too fast with this Stampin' Seal Plus, it will do just that. That's okay, this is the back side. I have enough tape there. This stuff is crazy strong, but that's why I like it. And then this one is going to go here. And I'm butting this up. Now listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Look at, you see I missed a little spot right there. You're going to have to hang with me while I put all this on. All right, so let's talk. Anybody got plans for 4th of July? I don't know. This is going to be a weird 4th of July after what we had to go through last year, isn't it? This is really making me mad because it's not straight enough for me. Those of you that think I'm one of those OCD stampers, I am. I like straight things. So who's doing what for 4th of July? I actually don't have a whole lot of plans. I have a friend I'm finally going to get to see after a year because of the pandemic. And she and her husband are coming over to see our home. They have not seen it since we've moved. What's really crazy is this friend was also a real estate agent and sold us this house. So she has not been here since we did the renovations on it before we moved in. And she's excited to see it. And she's just a sweetheart. So I'll get to see them. And then we're going to have some dinner somewhere, which ought to be really fun on the 4th of July weekend, right? Fireworks. Okay, I see some of you are talking about fireworks. Sandy's talking about fireworks at the shore, and fireworks are on. Oh, I know. Isn't it amazing? I love, love, love fireworks. You guys are probably thinking, what are you doing? I know. Hang with me. I do love fireworks. I live in a 55 plus community, and I have a very funny feeling because this is my first official open 4th of July here. We just moved here last July at the end. So 4th of July was not here. I'm assuming they don't like have fireworks go off in here, but you know what? That might surprise me. All right. Not too much. Hot Western US is burning up. I know it's awful. You know, the weather is crazy this year. It's kind of like COVID decided to bring its sister. And if it wasn't playing havoc just on with, a virus, now it's going to be weather and all kinds of freaky things. Heavy sigh, right? Okay, we're almost done. And then we're going to do this. This was something that I didn't want to do ahead of time because I actually made this card with my team members too. And they're like, there's no way you can get them straight. I'm like, well, we're going to try. You see how I'm a little bit off? Okay, watch. As often as we try to be perfect, there is just no way to be perfect. I mean, I try. All right. Paul is saying a friend from St. Pete who I haven't seen in 3 years is coming to visit me from in Cleveland. Oh, how exciting is that? Oh, look at this. This is going to make me mad. All right. Do you see this at the bottom? Look. Does that make you mad or what? All right. Let's do this first. All right. You guys are going to get a good dose of Lisa tonight. I'm going to press from the inside of the card to make sure those edges are down flat. I do it this way, and here is why. If I had cut these to all 4 1/4, sure as I'm standing here, one of them is going to be off by a 32nd of an inch, and it is going to be so noticeable. So I make them longer, and I take my sticky scissors. Those are the ones I keep ribbon on here in my studio because I know that there's adhesive on the back of this. And I'm cutting right along the edges of those strips all the way up to the top. I'm using this as a guide. That's going to ensure when I flip this over, this is going to be nice and straight, and there's not going to be any pieces that weren't cut the right size because that is awful. Now, if you were going to use designer series paper here that perhaps had a black and white pattern on this white background, any areas along the edges that weren't covered are really going to be noticeable. Any dark cardstock as well. But you take your scrap cardstock and you take your scrap designer series paper and you have a heyday with your backgrounds. All right. This one I think is not perfect because I'm trying not to keep my head in your camera, but you get the gist. All right. Now let's talk about how we would fix this. All right. I would love, love, love to hear your comments while I dump this trash. And then I'm going to tell you what I already know what I'm going to do. What would you guys do at home? Okay. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. So you have to be willing to improvise. Okay, I'm grabbing my fix-it thing right now. And here it is. It's called my trimmer. I am, yes, yes, yes. Mella, was that you that said that? Or is it Maureen who said that? Or Hazel? Yes, trim off, absolutely. Who is going to bring a ruler to your card and go, oh, it's not 5.5 inches? Of course they're not. Don't be ridiculous. So you know what? We're just going to come in here and I am going to shimmy this over a 1/16 of an inch and we are going to call this sucker done. Right? There we go. No one is ever going to know that it was shaved by a 1/16 of an inch. There you go. None of us stamp perfectly. None of us do. We make all kinds of mistakes. That's just part of being a crafter. Now let's talk about this. I wanted elevation between here and here. Now dimensionals are a great thing, but you're going to see how big this panel is. I decided I'm not doing that. I'm going to bring out one of my other very favorite adhesives, and that is this one. These are called the foam adhesive strips, and I love them because they're all pre-cut. Love, love that. So watch. Let me pull one off of this little backing here. Figures this one wants to give me a bad time because you're all watching me. And I'm going to come close to the edge, but not too close because sure enough, I'm going to send this to a crafty friend and she's going to be looking to see how I put this together. I don't want those foam strips to show around the outside. Do you see how you don't even have to cut them? You can curve them. Oof, I love these things. And I keep the small scraps from other projects, and we're going to use that up as well. Let's take another one, and let's do the same thing here. We're going to come around the edges. Now let's talk about when we get to the end here. You're going to want to use your sticky scissors. Okay, so I'm pushing it there, so I got an idea. I got my little scissors here, and then we're going to snip. This is the exact same concept that you use when you're doing a shaker card. It is important if you're doing a shaker card, you're going to use these, you have no openings, because if you do and you go to shake, they're going to fly right out of there. This center section needs to be braced. Ask me how I know. Boy, my first card, I didn't do this, and I was like, darn it all. That totally messed up my card. So I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to brace this a little. Just give this a little bit of stability. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can make an X. You can do whatever you want. And just because I got it, we're going to stick it right there. I'm saving this. We'll put that right back on top of here. Make it nice and flat. What you don't want to do when you put those foam adhesive strips on is you don't want to stretch them, because what will happen is the cardstock will bow from the tension. You just want to lay them on there. These have a paper backing to this other sticky side. So you're going to want to burnish that into the paper to make sure this is all really good and stuck. And then you're going to grab your take your pick tool. And then you're going to come here and you're going to get this started and you're going to pull. And I just love, because that's kind of fun. It just takes it off really quick and easy. And then we're going to come around here as well. And then that's my little break. You know how many dimensionals I would have had to use? 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 8, 10. Oh gosh, and you have to brace the center as well. These cost literally the same amount of money, if not less, than all the dimensionals. And here's the other thing I love about these. The density on these foam adhesive strips is actually better than the density on a dimensional. I know you probably don't believe me, but look at, you see how nice and even it is? These are the dimensionals. They look about the same, don't they? But do you see how the foam adhesive strips are a little bit thicker? Okay, and this is why I love them. I can't do anything straight, so we're going to go this way. And we are looking top to bottom, side to side, as even as we can. And then we're just going to press that in place. And there we go. Look at the dimension of this card now. Isn't this fun? Oh, there you go. This is called Measure of Love. I think you guys are going to have a blast with this stamp set. Lots and lots of fun. And let me show you the other cards that I made. Hazel's saying, my lesson for today, you can turn those strips. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can. Isn't it amazing all the little things that we learn when we're together? All right, let me show you the other cards. Stamp set again, because I think it's a sleeper in that catalog. Love it, love it. Here's the first one. And here is the next one. So I used that brick embossing folder for that background. I hope you guys can see that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that fun? This was so easy to cut. Incredible. So fun. I actually put this as like a little sign, you know, which is very trendy right now, on one of the shelves. The shelves came from the window flower box dies. I had to think about that. And then this was so easy. All the instructions and photos are going to be in your PDF tutorial. Okay, I'm going to save my favorite for last. And then this one. So I used it without the scale, but do you see this right here? I actually use this as part of it to make it look like a tray. So my cupcakes are on a tray. I used the flowers that were in there just to make a very whimsical background. Those fantastic contour dies. This is actually made into a frame, and then this is over the top. So I'm going to teach you how to make the frame. So you can leave that open if you wanted. Okay, here's my favorite, because anything that's with black steals my heart because it's so striking. Look at those cherries, will you please? The great thing about these cherries that I want to show you is, check this out. They are one clump of cherries, and these are separate stamps. It's one stamp, and it fits perfectly over the top. And aligning it with the photopolymer is just fantastic. You don't even have to fuss with these. I have had a blast with this, and I love the greetings. I could have kept going and going and going and going and going. There's lots and lots of things that you can do. So there we go. We've got our 4 cards using the Measure of Love. Do me a favor, start typing me your favorite. I'm going to turn the camera around. Okay, now I get to see your comments, but I'm going to look here. You love the black and the red. I know. I love anything with black. Just is like, wow, isn't it? The cupcakes on the tray for Cleone. Oh, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to mess up your name. Is it Cleone? I always want to call you Miss Richardson because I never say it right. And black and red, like the bowl of cherries, the measure of the great life. Oh, all the measured up for a great life. You're so sweet, Sharon. Black and red recommend. I'm scrolling because I think I missed some of them. The tray. Okay, well, how about you guys? You love the shelves. Oh, good. That makes me happy. Again, I see a majority love that black and red. Isn't it something what black can do to a card? It's incredible, isn't it? Oh, so fun. All right. Thank you for those comments. I love your feedback. It's so important to me. All right, we got the Price Patrol little tin here. Let's shake that up. Let me make some room here. Open up the tin. Got the Scotch tape nearby, and I am going to reach over for the next prize. This is a little care package of things. It is the Ornate Layers dies, a package of dimensionals, the Artistry Blooms adhesive back sequence. That's a mouthful. And the shimmery crystal effects. Lots and lots and lots of fun with this. All right, I know it's squeaky, sorry. And the winner for this one is Brooke. Congratulations to you, Brooke Lavicari. Her name I know because I've known Brooke for a long time. Congratulations to you, Brooke. You are a winner. And I'm going to tape that onto here and we'll get that in the mail to her tomorrow. I'm looking at the floor going, everything I took off, all that tape, all that backing, all on the floor. Anybody else find all the dimensional backings on their floor? All right. Guess what's in this one? I have a Measure of Love stamp set because I thought you guys would really enjoy that. So here is the stamp set, and this is going to, who's this going to? It's going to Marilyn Caddy. Congratulations to you. Or is it Katie? I don't know. Congratulations to you, Marilyn. I'm super excited for you, and I really hope that you're going to enjoy the stamp set. I have had a ball with it. All right, so that's going off to Marilyn. Congratulations to you. And we got more after this, so don't worry. They just fell down. This is another stamp set. It's called Light-Hearted Lines. It's a brand new greetings stamp set, and I love the greetings in here because it's just not your normal stuff. I think you're going to really like this. And this one is going to Sue Thayer. Congratulations to you, Sue. You are a winner. Yay! I know you guys are probably thinking I left the E off of Sue's name. I did not. That is how she spells it. Isn't that cool? I love it. All right, so we've got more prizes to go, but I got some other stuff to share with you. So let me just move this out of the way. What I want to do now is I want to take a few minutes to go over the July. I'm looking at my little agenda there. I don't want to get off track. I want to share with you the July card making class. This is kind of always a spoiler time here on Live with Lisa. And I would love to share this with you. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using in July, and I'm going to show you all 6 cards so you get to see it first. I am super excited about this bundle, and I'm super excited about the cards. 3 of them are fun folds, and 2 of them are going to include a template as part of the PDF tutorial. So let me go ahead and pull all those out, and I'm going to show those to you. And then don't go away because I've got some really cool stuff to tell you that's coming up. You're going to want to know. And then I'm going to do the last price patrols. Does that sound good? All right. So here we go. I'm going to turn the camera down again. Ah, won't that button be nice? I just keep thinking about, ooh, the button's going to save my hands. All right. There we go. I'm going to put all those together. I'm stepping on dimensional backings everywhere. Let me move that tote out of the way. Then to bring in the new one. And I got to make a little room here. Bear with me. All right. So the July card making class is going to be centered around the Plentiful Plants bundle. That is the Plentiful Plants stamp set and the Coordinating Perfect Plants dies. Here's another one. I kept going and going and going and going. Now, you might look at this and not be really impressed, but I'm going to tell you right now, hang on, it is fantastic. You can use these images with any types of cards whatsoever. And there is designer series paper that coordinates with this that fits these dies. You want both, okay? Now, keep in mind that my card making class allows you to spend $50 of anything you want. It doesn't mean you have to get this. You're going to get a video that's full length that's going to put you walk with me through every single project. I'm going to give you tons of tips. We're going to assemble together. We're going to talk. In addition to that, you're going to get a very extensive PDF tutorial. And I'm looking, this one's 17 pages long, 17 pages, okay? So you get the video and the tutorial for free when you order $50 or more in product using the class host code. It's not the monthly code, it's an exclusive class host code. Really important. The ordering dates for July are the 14th through the 17th only. It's 4 days only. All right, so let me move that out of the way. Here we go. Here's your first fun fold. I know some of you are thinking, oh my goodness gracious, yes, Lisa made curtains. How do you like that? And then this opens up, so it's a breakaway front to the inside of your card. Look at that. Oh, you are going to fall in love with this bundle. I promise you. Okay, so that's fun fold number one. This is a regular card. I know. Looky what I made. Isn't that fun? And you know what? These are not hard cards. The ideas on themselves are amazing. And just think when you have the PDF tutorial, you can take these layouts and use lots of other stamp sets. So just think of what else you could put on here. Okay, so that's two. This is our next fun fold. Hold on. Are you ready? Not only is this adorable, but watch. Hear this and hear this. Friends, this is one piece. There is nothing taped to the back. I have got a template for you, and I'm going to walk through the entire cutting and scoring with you in the video. You are going to love this. Okay, so that's fold number two. That's three cards. This is the fourth card. I use the picture this dies that leaves these circle openings, and there's actually a rectangle one as well. And I use the negatives on this, and I use the positive frames for this. So I love the picture this dies. Again, a sleeper product in that annual catalog in the die section. But look at how stinking cute. And of course, you can choose any greetings on your cards. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is our other fun fold. Look at that frame. I want to show you the texture on this one. And of course, the 3D. Isn't that fun? Oh, yeah, that's really fun. And then the last one is another very simple fun fold on this one. I'm kind of calling it a fun fold. I just did a breakaway front. I didn't make it a fun fold categorized because we've got this one, and this one. But here we go. Little breakaway front here. Fun, huh? This lattice paper, this paper lattice, you're going to want that. This stuff is fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I'm saying, okay, Bronwyn's asking what dye is used for the curtains. Oh, this is Basic Borders. This is the Basic Borders die. So I use 2 of the Basic Borders dies. When class starts, there is going to be a list of all the supplies as well as sneak peek pictures of all the projects. Now, you know, I'm going to do a video teaching you a really cool project to give you more ideas with this bundle. That's going to be on July 14th. But this is what's coming your way for the July card making class. I love the cards. I think they came out so fun and really different because I tried really hard not to come up with anything you've already seen elsewhere. A really fun bundle. So that is coming up for July, and I hope that you're going to join me. Now, while I've got the camera down, let's go over what's coming your way. And I want to make sure that you are well aware of this. This is it. We are in the final hours right here. So you're going to want to get your free shipping order in. If you've been waiting for Live with Lisa to be over so that you can go ahead and say, oh, what do I want? What do I don't want? You've got until 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time tonight. Go over to lisastampstudio.com, click on shop. Remember to use the host codes. You get my extra ordering rewards. Gift lists are going out tomorrow. Your order has to be at least $50 in product, no shipping. And then, of course, just your local sales tax will apply. Fantastic. So you're not going to want to miss this. This is it today. All right, let's talk also about Paper Pumpkin very, very quickly. Those of you that don't know anything about Paper Pumpkin, it's awesome. $22 a month. You get this gorgeous box every month. It includes an exclusive polymer stamp set, an ink spot in a different color every month, so you can try them out. They are refillable with our ink refills and pre-cut supplies to make a really fun project. So the one here for July, you have to subscribe by the 10th, is going to make 12 full-size cards with a really fun adventure kind of outdoors themes. And I think they're going to be great for sympathy, get well, thinking of you, and of course, masculine birthday cards. So you're going to want to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. If you're not, you can cancel and suspend at any time. Can't beat the $22 a month. That includes shipping if you subscribe month to month. lisastampstudio.com. Under shop, you'll find Paper Pumpkin. Okay? And then here is what's coming your way. Drum roll. You guys got a big sale coming your way. I don't think anybody's told you yet. So you're going to hear it from me. I want you to save up, and the timing is perfect because starting on July 1st to the 2nd of August, Stampin' Up! Is doing 15% off select designer series papers. I am so excited about this because guess what designer series paper is going to be on sale? The ones that I used for the card class. I mean, could the timing have been any better? Okay. So it falls right in the middle of the card class dates, which makes me stinking happy. So that's going to be an extra 15% off. There is no limit to the number of paper packages you can buy, and you can buy in any combinations. I know this is going to be a little to see until we can get Bob the Builder's very fancy IT stuff hooked up. But these are the papers that are in the sale. The Beauty of the Earth, Bloom Where You're Planted, which is the one I used for card class, hand penned, Pansy Petals, In the Wild, In Good Taste, Sweet Symmetry, Tidings of Christmas, and You're a Peach. Friends, I don't think they missed one. I really don't. Now that I'm looking at this, I mean, this literally is hot off the press. This just literally came. I knew it with the sale was coming just like a day or so ago, but I had no details. And I thought maybe we'd get 3. But I was like, oh, we don't get expressions in ink. That's because it's not available. That makes sense. And we don't get Simply Elegant because that's a specialty paper. And did we get In the Wild? Yeah, we do. Otherwise, we got them all. I mean, oh my goodness gracious. I can stand it. This is so exciting. So this is going to be July 1st through August 2nd. Designer Series paper sale, 15% off. Edit to any order you have. This is better than free shipping. You realize that? This is going to cover free shipping and some sales tax. You're like paying for net product here. Fantastic sale. So I want to make sure you know that that is coming your way. Okay. I'm reading your comments. Let me turn the camera around. Let's do that prize patrol. Okay, I'm reading. Love all your cards, Lisa. It's too hard to pick a favorite. Thank you, Barbara. Oh, that makes me feel so good. I will tell you guys, if you don't know, well, you guys are paper crafters. You know how long it takes to come up with an idea from scratch, right? This is why you like to copy. We all do. But I will tell you, all my work is original. I look long and hard at what's already out there because I don't want to duplicate that for you. I try to come up with different layouts, different color concepts, and to use the products in a really good way so you get maximum bang for your buck. But it takes me 12 hours to come up with those 6 cards. And then it takes me another 3 hours to film the video. And to edit the video takes 4 times as long because you got to cut out all the junk you don't need when you drop your scissors, all that kind of stuff. So the video can get condensed down to about an hour so that you can make all 6 cards and stop and start at your own pace. That's the best part about having the video, I think. And the video is exclusive to card class. You cannot get the video and purchase it with the tutorial. It's only for card class. So reading what you wrote here, Arlene says, Sharon Turner, I think the 28th of June. Okay, I'm reading. Designer paper I ordered tonight for the sale. Okay, and if you ordered your designer paper with free shipping, that's totally okay. What, so happy? When is the Expressions in Ink DSP returning? Good question. Right now, we have been told it's the week of the 28th. Now, keep in mind, that's the week of. We are at the mercy of the shipment and the paper mills, and you know how busy they are. People have been crafting since this pandemic started. That date can change, but as of, I think it was late last night, I think it's still the same. I know that paper's beautiful, isn't it? All right. So, okay, Sharon. Okay. Thank you, Arlene, for answering that. I appreciate your talent and time. Oh, you're sweet, Beth. You know what? I love to stamp more than I love to do anything else. I do like to garden. I love my flowers, but I love to stamp. This is my happy place. And designing and knowing I get to share it with people makes me really, really happy. So thank you for letting me do that because without your business, I couldn't do that. Thank you. I appreciate all your talent and the card designs you share with us. Oh, Cindy, you guys, okay, don't make me cry and get all emotional now because I'm tired today. You love the cards. You're an inspiration. Well, that's very sweet. You all inspire me. Those of you that are on our VIP Facebook page, I see your work every single day. And I just think, wow, wow, wow. You guys push me to do better and better and better because I try to keep up with you. You guys are great. You really are. So thank you. I'm reading. Thank you for sharing your talents tonight. It is a pleasure. Okay, let's do the prize patrol. Are you ready? Okay. Last names are inside of here. Not much to shake, but I shook them. And let's see. Here we go. And this is the stamp set called Biggest Wish. Another one that's being overlooked. And I have used it, and you are going to want it because you can build custom phrases with this one. And this one is going to Charlene. I think that's Reed. I think I can say that one. You are a winner, Charlene. I'm so excited for you. Hey, yay, Charlene. She gets something for free. You guys know what I say, right? If it's free, it's for me. There we go. This one is a stamp set. This actually is a host exclusive stamp set, and it's called Natural Textures. Great for backgrounds, which means you cannot buy it because it's a host exclusive product. This one is going to, I want to make sure I got two names in there. This is going to Brenda Poliski, is how I'm going to say that. Brenda, you are a winner. Congratulations to you, Brenda. That is exciting. Fun, fun, fun stuff. I know that you guys are going to put these to good use. We have one more prize, and then let me say goodbye before you go because I want to give you some really important dates, okay? This is a stamp set called Create with Friends, another sleeper, okay? And this one is going to our last winner, making sure it's all empty. And this one is going to Cleone, or Miss Richardson, as I like to call her, because I get tired of messing up her pretty name. I want to say Cleone because it just sounds so cute, but I think it might be Cleone. I know you're here. Would you please type your name phonetically for me? Congratulations to you. You guys are awesome. I wish I could send something to free to all of you all the time, but I can't. But I know she's here and I'm waiting for her to chime in so I can see how to pronounce her name. And she may have said it earlier. Cleone Richards. Oh, I see you guys tagging her. Yay! Congratulations. All right. Well, while we're waiting for her to type, I want to give you some really important dates. The first is Monday, June 28th. Can you believe we're at the end of the month already? Oh, mind blow. Okay. Oh, there she is, Lisa. Really appreciate your videos. It's Cleon. Cleon. Is it Cleon? Cleon. Okay, I'm not sure with the K-L-E and O-N. Remember, I told you, Miss Richardson, I'm horrible with names. Maybe you could send me an email and send me a phonetic, and that would be awesome. So Monday, June 28th, I am going to be live on YouTube publicly. You are going to want to invite your friends because I have got a card that turns and dials that you are going to love, and not just one, it's three cards I'm going to be sharing with you, and I would love to have you join me. I'm reading her comment. Cleone, Cleone, O-H-N, Cleone. Oh, that's so pretty. Cleone. I got it now. I got it. Thank you for helping me. Congratulations to you. The second is I want you to know when the next live with Lisa is. Mark your calendars. I'm looking. It's Thursday, July 29th, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I would love to have you join us. All you need to earn Live with Lisa is a $25 product order using my monthly host code. Okay. Of course, card class is over that, so you'll automatically be included. And of course, orders over 50 are automatically included, but only $25 is all that's going to take. And I would love to have you here. Remember, I'm coming back in just a few minutes to put a link down below the title of this video for you to download all the tutorials for the cards that I shared with you. Give me like 10 minutes. Before you go, I want you to know how loved and appreciated every single one of you. Your names are household names here. Everybody in this family, we all work together. This is very much a family effort here at Lisa Stamp Studio. My husband, my daughter, and my sister, we all work together, including Marion and Rod Lenhart. We love and appreciate you all. I'm in business because you're business, and it is an incredible, distinct honor to be your demonstrator. Please know we're always here to help you, to inspire you, and to help you along the way. If you got any problems with your order like Judy did, oh gosh, Judy, we are so sorry, but we're glad it's getting all fixed for you. UPS ran over her box, it looks like, but we got you a new one. Kind of just send me that email. Friends, take good care of yourselves, and I will see you all live with me on Monday right here on YouTube. Have a great evening.